Hey fam, what's going on? What's the deal? So, pretty interesting morning for me. I just got off work after a 24-hour shift earlier today. And, well, I have a few errands to run before actually taking off. So, one of those errands was actually meeting with somebody that I had spoken to about recruiting her last year, like in October. So, we spoke about getting her recruited. Something held her back. I don't know what it was. But something, she was like, you know what? She's like, okay, I'll tell you by the end of the day. At the end of the day, she was like, you know what? I don't know, but no, I think I have a lot of things on my hand. Okay, but while we were doing the recruiting interview, I asked her, do you have anything of these, products and services? This is what we help family with. Is the 401k rollover, IRA, Roth IRA, life insurances, long-term care annuities, and debt settlement. Out of these, which ones do you have? Or which ones are you familiar with? Well, I have a life insurance. I don't know how much it is. I know my mom got it for me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Would you be open to compare what it is that you have, or at least learn, what yours is about? Yeah, sure, okay. All right, so this was back in October. She started messaging me again. She's like, hey, you know what? I haven't forgotten about that, blah, blah. Plus, we message over whatever stories I see, and I'll reply to them or whatever. So now, she said, I'm going to go on vacation. I'm going to go out for a week to Florida. I'm going to be back. When I get back, I want to meet with you so we can talk about, the options. So I messaged her like 3 days already. And last night I said, hey, would you be open to get together just to, talk about what it is that you wanted to know? Maybe I can help you understand a few things. Yeah, sure. So we got together this morning. And I had no idea that, how much. We hadn't spoken about a number. I didn't know it was going to be like a term policy, an IUL, an ROP, a $30 policy, a $100 policy, a $500 policy. I didn't know. I had no idea. So interestingly enough, I get here. She's not here. Her mom is there because they run a business for taxes and credit repair. So she's barely starting off her own little branch. And her mom, she's like, can I help you? Because I'm sitting in there in the office, right? She's like, can I help you? I said, no, I'm actually waiting here for April. Oh, okay. Do you have anything? Do you need help with that? I said, no. We were actually going to talk about a few things that I had mentioned to her. I was like, your mom? She says, yeah. Oh, okay, great. Your daughter told me a lot of really good things about you. I said, oh, okay, good. And then we started talking from there, and I was like, I actually do insurance. And she's like, oh, wow, that's interesting. What kind of insurance? And then I told her, and she's like, but I see that you do other things also. I was like, yeah, I'm also a paramedic. And so we're talking there. And she's like, well, hey, you know what? Years ago, or some time back ago, we weren't able to get my other daughter insurance, because of her weight. Is there such a thing? And I was like, yeah, those are actual table ratings. So I said, what's her height and weight? And I'll run her a quote right now to see if we can actually get her approved. So I looked at the underwriting guidelines, and yeah, we can approve her at a table 6 for $123 a month, $250,000 death benefit. Of course, she continues to lose weight. That can definitely come down as well. We can revisit that policy to get her a better rate. So we ran the quote. This is going to be $120. Obviously, she's going to come. She's out of town, but she's coming back so we can get something for her in place. And a friend of the family's, had also mentioned about a life insurance that he wants. So there's that. Now there's 2 there. And then my friend finally gets there, the one that, that we're going to initially do the quote on. And she gets there, and we're talking about it. I explained to her, I was like, okay, so do you know what it is that you want? Do you want a term ROP and a permanent option? She's like, well, I want the permanent. I was like, do you want it with cash or without cash? With cash. Okay, good. So I'm trying to figure out, what it is that she wants and how much she wants to pay. I was like, do you have an insurance amount in mind? No. Do you have an amount that you can pay without it really hurting your budget? No. Okay, no problem. Let's figure that out, right? So we're going to do the DIME method, D-I-M-E, and we're going to do the DIME method, and we're going to figure out how much insurance you need. Okay, good. So she's 30 years of age. She's 29. She's turning 30 next month. And we run the DIME method, and I was like, according to this, you need $480,000 of insurance. She's like, 480? I don't like that number. I was like, yeah. And she's like, when you put numbers to life, it doesn't sound so happy. I was like, yeah, you're right about that. So she says, let's just round it off to 500. Let's see how much that is. I said, okay. We'll run you a quote for $500,000. And that's going to come out to, quote says $300 a month. And so she doesn't flinch. She says, okay. And then she says, like, it sounds a little expensive. And I was like, yeah, I know. Except that, let me break it down for you. So we start going down. I was like, get your calculator. This is how much you're going to be paying annually, $3,600 annually. And just use this calculator for this, right? In 10 years, you've paid $36,000, right? Right. Okay, you have $29,000 of accumulation or cash value. Okay. And I was like, but you still have that $500,000 of death benefit, right? So 20 years from now, you've paid a total of, what was it, $72,000? But you have 95 or about $100,000 more, like in profit, right? She has more than she already paid for it. She's like, what? How is that? It's like, there's compounding interest. Do you know how compound interest works? More or less. Okay, I said, look at 30 years down the road. There's long-term investment. So long-term investment, she's already paid 100. What was it? 72 plus 36. It was like about 100,000, 110,000 more or less. Her cash value is at 180,000. So she's like, wow. And I was like, there you go. That's the thing. Like, yes, it sounds a little bit more expensive, but let's say that you were to put that money into your own bank account, you're not really creating any interest, are you? $300 a month. You would still be at 100 and something thousand, not 180,000. That's right. Okay. So is this a problem? Can you do this? No? Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and write the application. Real simple. Let me just show you how easy it is. I was like, by the way, how do I explain it? Do you understand it? Yes. She literally said this. You actually get excited when you're talking about it. I was like, well, I mean, I like to teach people about this because most people, they don't know. And this is like, I love this, like I love these numbers and explaining to them, bringing them down, help people understand what they're missing out on. It's like, yeah. So that was it. We wrote the application. We have more of them there, and really looking forward to it. And they asked me to leave a bunch of business cards there, so I left like a stack of business cards there at their tax preparation offices and their credit repair offices, so that way, anybody that comes in, they're gonna send me referrals. How cool is that? How grateful is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, impressive. Feels good.